Hi, how are you? I hope you're well. Welcome to Mel's Mindful Musings. So when I was looking at the inspirational message for today, the first card I pulled was embracing your future. And it says on here, I step into the future with an open heart. And I found myself thinking about it, of how so often as January rolls in, we are encouraged on so many fronts to create this huge list of things we want to achieve and big goals, and then to strive, and as if we're like horses coming out of the start gate to charge ahead with them. And then very often most people within 3 weeks have stopped doing it and feel overwhelmed, and then a big sense of failure. And what I got from this was embracing the future. What future do you want to create? Think of it as maybe a bigger thing. What essence of the future do you want to create? What future do we want to create for the whole world? What energy do we want to have within that? And in looking at this picture of moving into this beautiful landscape, and I thought how lovely to envisage simply the best future that we can, but it also feels with an open heart, that to me brings feelings of compassion, love and kindness, rather than striving, grabbing, stepping on people to get where we want to get to. It brings to me a feeling of working together steadily, step by step, working in unity. And this last couple of years, I've been so lucky to meet so many of you. It's opened the world to me without even having to travel an actual step in physical reality, but just to meet you through this technology is just incredible for me. And I also felt that we need to be looking into the future in a balanced way, a bit like my necklace, the yin and yang, the black and white, the darkness and the light. One can't exist without the other. So I felt it was like having to accept both. We have again been encouraged to think that life should always be champagne and roses, and therefore we hate anything that is not part of this beautiful picture. And yet life has never been like that. So often it's just the way we react to things and our thinking process of how we respond to things that happen in our life. Sadness happens, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional, is the way I always like to think of it. Is how long we suffer can also be a choice. And that seemed to fit with the second card of stepping into stillness. Stepping into stillness, isn't that lovely? Of moving forward quietly. It says, my power is born in the majesty of silence. Of actually just taking it a step at a time and seeing where that step takes us and what opens at that point. We can still have goals and we can still have an idea of where we're heading, but maybe this to me feels like learning to just go with the flow and accepting change when it happens, because again we're taught to be fearful of change, and therefore when it happens our world is turned upside down. Whereas if we have a more open heart towards change, it can still be shocking, it can still unsettle us, turn us upside down at times, but maybe not quite as much as if we were always fearful of the next change that's coming around the corner. And then the last card, simplifying your life. Now, I love the way it's showing doing lots of housework, not my favourite activity, I have to say. But it says, I cherish the simple pleasures of life. And I thought, I was up watching the sunrise this morning and the frost all over the ground, and the moon was up at the same time as the sun. I was just in awe of just the natural beauty all around. And then I had a very strange evening the night before last where Angel got me up in the night, as she sometimes does, and I went out. It was about 1:30 in the morning, and the stars were so bright, and I decided to walk down the garden, and the moon was shining, and I didn't even need a torch. And then I heard the cockerel crowing, and then there was another one and another one. There were 3 cockerels all competing. And then I noticed all the birds were singing at 1:30 in the morning, and I just thought, this is so strange. And then I thought, whatever phenomenon is going on here, one of you might know why that would be, that all the birds in the middle of winter would be singing. I thought they should have gone south, but there we go. Maybe it's been too mild for them. And then I just thought how lucky I was to have been woken up to witness this beautiful sky and this strange phenomenon. And I thought about how in the last few weeks I have been really wanting to clear things out, and I've been going round my home and the garage and just saying to every object, do I love you? And if I don't, then I decide it's time to let it go, it's time to move on. And sometimes that can also be with other things in our life. And I just found that I know there are other ways of clearing the clutter and letting go of what doesn't work for you anymore, but I found asking, do I love you, as a good way of picking up an object and just deciding to pass it on, give it to a charity where they can make some money out of it and someone else will come to love it. So I feel that for me is a message for moving forward gently, treading gently, and spending more time going within and reviewing and finding out what no longer you're loving in your life, and therefore are you going to let it go and move on. I know that's simplifying it, but it does say simplify your life, and sometimes we need to look at things more simply and then start to take action. So I wish you a wonderful day. You be well, and I will see you soon. Bye.